Good evening. How you going? Welcome to Monday Night Facebook Live with Michelle R. Price, the light worker. Card needing guidance. Laura Lou, I think it is, Blondie, you've caught my attention. Laura Lou, I'm just adding you to my, or Laura, might be Laura Lou. Just adding you to my little notepad here. So I'm doing angel cards, oracle cards, all of that sort of stuff tonight. If you need any sort of specific guidance, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just sort of do a general whatever comes up. Babe, sending out love and light. Beautiful, thank you. Azra, I'm not sure. I wonder if spokes do this. I'm not sure what that means. Hello, everyone. Haley Marie, mediumship, granddad, Shady who passed. Oh, Haley Marie, I'm sorry to hear that, hun. You are on my list. So a bit of mediumship for Haley Marie. Now, if you are after something around mediumship, just let me know specifically because this is quite a tight forum. We have an hour together. And so yes, Haley Marie's done very well with that, just letting me know who she'd like to communicate with. Now, I also do children readings, so if you have kids watching, let me know. If you need kid cards, I've got my children's wellbeing cards and also my spirit animal cards for kids. So yes, definitely let me know if you've got kid cards, kids tonight watching, and I'm more than happy to do that. Hello Wade, hello my friend Shazza. Now I cross-post to my own page, so Alicia, hello lovely, I saw you today, or normally I would see you today, apologies, but school holidays and all that sort of stuff is going on at the moment. Kaz, hello. Kaz is fabulous. So I'm just looking across at my page too, so I cross-post, and if you see me looking to my left, that's what I'm doing. Leah, I'm just popping you on my list as well. I won't attempt your surname, but you know who I'm talking about. Leah's watching from Michelle R. Price, a light worker at the moment. Good. So just going to do some guidance for Leah. Shazza, hello. Alicia, Crystal, Natalie, hello. Anne-Marie Bell. Anne-Marie Bell, you're on my list for mediumship. Anne-Marie Bell. And that is Grandma, who passed when you were 2. All right, good. Now, it is interesting for those of you who are interested, when I do mediumship, sometimes people think, oh gosh, you know, my grandma or grandpa or whatever the relative was passed a long time ago and they didn't know me super well or they didn't know my partner and stuff like that. And it actually doesn't matter because when they cross over, they can see a lot more. So they're amazing for giving us, you know, guidance and direction and all that sort of stuff. Haley Marie, you are on my list. So that is perfect. Pardon me. So I'm just going through, just scrolling down the bottom. Now, if I haven't mentioned your name, any messages coming would be nice. Yes, Laura Lou, you are on my list. So if I don't mention you before I, you know, close my eyes because I'm clairvoyant, and oh, Felicity, that's interesting. Dad's been gone 25 years today, 11th January. Felicity, you're on my list for mediumship. There's a lot of mediumship requirements or requests tonight, and I had a feeling that might be the case. Dad, 25 years ago. Felicity, you're on my list as well. So yes, if there is mediumship or I do, you know, relationships, health, healing, career. I did a lot of business readings one-on-one. So if that tickles your fancy, that is a very good thing to do one-on-one because we have lots of time to sort of dedicate to that. Now, going to get into the readings. So I'm just going to come to Laura Lou. She's after some guidance. Laura Lou, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. So I'm going to use Goddess Guidance. They're my Doreen Virtue cards. So I do mentorship, Reiki teaching. I'm a Reiki master as well. So anything that you're after and readings and that sort of thing as well, then please let me know. I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can. So Laura Lou, just going to come to you first, and I'm going to come to Leah. Now I do close my eyes because I'm a clairvoyant. So if you notice I'm closing my eyes and I'm not looking at you, then please, you know, feel free to repost, reshare your post. It doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It's just the way I connect. So that's why I'm closing my eyes so I can see through third eye instead. So Laura Lou, just going to come to you. You're after some general guidance. I just want to see what comes out for you. I'm just going to connect your energy, Laura Lou, and just see what I need to mention there. Laura Lee, what I want to say, this is about sacral, so womb space. It does feel a little blocked in there for me. That's where we have our creative energy flowing from, new ideas, new projects. Also in solar plexus, it feels a little tight for me, a little bit of resistance. So have a think about that's, power, control, stuff like that, how we can let go a little bit. Feels like a bit of acceptance, letting go for me. Definitely sitting in that solar plexus a little bit in sacral as well, but very much in solar. It's quite tight through there. It may even be worth, having more plant-based food, stuff that's easy to digest at the moment in terms of what I'm putting in my body. All right, let me just draw some cards for you. Hopefully these will confirm what we're talking about. These aren't the health cards. They're just goddess guidance, so general. But I do use a lot of Doreen Virtue cards in my readings, and if I'm called to you at a particular moment, I'll come to you in that moment. But as I said, feel free to reshare, repost your comments, and spirit may draw me to you, even if I've skipped over you in my list. Now, Laura Lou, what I want to say, very interesting. Past into now is guiding children. So that can be around, having your own children, raising them, that being a priority. That's past into now. It can also be around, teaching, healing kids, working with, being a social worker, that sort of thing. So past into now is working with kids in one capacity or another. In the present, it's a bit around compassion, Kuan Yin. So that's self-love, love for self, putting yourself in other people's shoes. But a lot of this is feeling like for me, so for self. So just having a think about that and how that applies. Rose quartz, really good, for that. Self-love, esteem. Now, home is someone moving out, someone moving in, or us moving. So it can be a change of location as well. So a few different things. So some big things going on with you at the moment, Laura Lou. So home, and that's moving forward. So that's looking ahead. Now, Sekhmet is strength, being nice and strong. 3 is a number I equate with strength. If you're seeing 333, double 3, all that sort of stuff, number plates, the time, notice that because that symbolizes strength for me, number 3. So strength at the moment, going through a few changes. So definitely looking at compassion in the present. Let me see what the overall message is for Laura Lou, then I'll move on to Leah. And then I've got a few mediumship inquiries. So I'll come back to my list, have a look at who's there, who's saying, asking questions and needing guidance, and then I'll add a few more names to my list. So hang on, just want to get a message for Laura Lou. This is children, compassion, home. Yeah. Laura Lee, what I want to say with you is the focus is around family for me. So focus on family, and the home is around the stability, foundation. So making sure that, moving forward, that we really have that foundation, feeling like, this is nice and stable for the family. It comes down to root chakra too. Root chakra is where we hold on to anything around, material possessions, money, house, finances, all those sorts of things. So making sure root chakra is nice and stable, but also you can use grounding techniques, going outdoors, bare feet on the earth, and tree roots into the earth. So grounding helps with stability moving forward. So it does feel around foundation, finding that, permanent, stable home, if that makes sense. So moving forward feels really important, but family certainly at the moment the focus. So Laura Lou, hopefully that makes sense for you. Leah, just going to come to you as well. Now Leah was after general, I believe. I didn't have anything specific written down for Leah, so I might just use angel therapy. Now I'm going to come to my list. Who is on here? Who needs assistance? Who needs assistance? Felicity, I've got you on my list, hun, so you won't need to post anymore. I have got you down. Just going to scroll down to the bottom. Ray Louise. Yeah. Ray Louise, just going to pop you on my list. If there's anything specific, as always, let me know. I'm just going to pop guidance down until I hear something specific. That's very hard to say. Yes, Trudy Armstrong on my page, watching Michelle R. Price, the light worker. Trudy Armstrong around health. Armstrong health. So if you want to connect with me one-on-one, if you feel to book a reading or a healing or any of those sorts of things, I also do both, reading, healing combos, then feel free to book that, and that is on my page. So there's a link in the post, and you'll be able to follow that link and book whatever you like. And I stay on after the show to answer any questions that you may have, and that sort of thing as well. So Dee, hello, loved ones who've passed over. Dee, if you want specifics, if you want mediumship, just let me know who you'd like to connect with. It will help me because we've only got an hour together, so it just allows me to connect a little bit faster. One-on-one, hello Dave. One-on-one, it's a different story. Then I can definitely My husband. Bonnie, does that mean mediumship? Was that mediumship? Hey, Kaya. Was that mediumship you're after? Sorry, I just wasn't totally understanding your message. Nikki, hear anything from my son. Nikki, I'm assuming that your son's passed. Is that right? If you could just confirm that, that would be amazing. Brock, I've just added you to my list, Nikki, but just let me know. I'm writing son down. I believe he would be in has passed. So just if you could let me know, that would be amazing. Ray, that's perfect. Oh, Angela, yay, love that. Angela Wilson, 15 weeks first bubba, yay. Yes, if you've got bubba inquiries, I do a lot of that sort of stuff. Creating, bringing on little bubbas, checking on bubbas, all that sort of stuff. I love that. Beautiful. Angela, you're on my list, my darling. You are on my list. Stephanie, I've seen your message, and feel free to message me again. Good evening, I sent you a private PM. Dave, perfect, thank you. I will have a look. I will have a look. All right, so just scrolling down to the bottom. 10 years ago. Nikki, beautiful. So Nikki, I've just popped you on my list. I'm sorry for your loss, Tom. Sorry for your loss. All right, you're on my list for mediumship. So I've got a few mediumship inquiries. Anything else, that's probably my max for tonight. I got 4. But if there's anything else around health, career, you know, all that sort of stuff, I love doing business readings, then let me know. More than happy to connect. But I'm going to get into the readings. Otherwise, I'll be sitting here all night. So just want to get into those. Now, feel free to copy and paste your comments. I'm going to close my eyes for a little bit. Thank you, everyone who's watching on this Monday evening. And, of course, if you want to connect one-on-one, there's a link in the post. And feel free to book a one-on-one. Hello, Karen. Oh, hello, darling. Oh, enjoy your cup of tea. Leah, just going to connect to you now. So we're looking at a little bit of guidance for Leah. Leah, I do feel like with shoulders, there's a lot of weight on my shoulders, and that's why I'm sort of stretching my shoulders back a little bit. A lot of weight, and it feels like, you know, pressure from others, something like that. It's like carrying weight. Sometimes we can take that on ourselves and carry it around, but I feel like I want to get rid of it. It also feels a little heavy around my head, so it wouldn't be a bad idea maybe to smudge around your home, do a little bit of a clearing sage, yeah, because it is a little bit of pressure on my head as well. It's not super bad, but it's worth mentioning. But definitely that pressure on my shoulders, I feel like a lot of weight. You know, sometimes that's around, just lost half the deck, apologies. That's around carrying others' responsibility for others, you know, things that we have no control over, you know, that sort of thing. So just have a think about that. And Leah, I'm just going to draw some cards out of my Adoring Virtue Angel Therapy deck. So just going to have a look at some general awareness cards that we need to know for Leah. And if you are just logging on, I'm Michelle Price, doing oracle card, angel card readings. I do mentorship, one-on-one. I do a lot of mediumship, business readings, career, all of that sort of stuff. I'm a Reiki master. So anything that you need, all the services are listed on my page, and there's a link in the post if you want to connect one-on-one. And I will hang around and wait for your questions, if you've got any questions and that sort of thing. Now, ear chakras. Is spirit trying to communicate through your ears, Leah? So what I want you to do is have a think about, you know, do you get the deafness in ears, ringing in ears? A lot of people who are watching this are going to understand what I'm saying, because a lot of people get this and don't realize what it is. Sometimes our kids talk about it as well. So if you have, you know, deafness, sudden deafness, ringing, a tone, no pain. If there's pain, it can be something else, but that's spirit trying to communicate. It's also waking up and having a song in your head. So if you have a song in your head when you wake up, write it down, pay attention to the lyrics, and that'll be a message from spirit, and that's how they communicate. So that's all using ear chakras. In the present, it's mediumship. Now you have a few gifts. I'm, you know, a medium, so I'm doing a bit of that, but that's an ability with you to be able to connect to your loved ones yourself. So definitely an ability there, if you're aware of it or not. If you are, fantastic. But fear can sometimes prevent us from realizing those gifts and fully awakening them. So fear is really important. That's Archangel Michael, and he's able to cut cords, you know, attachment to fear, that sort of thing. Fear, of course, congregates in our solar plexus. That's where we have fear-based emotions. So it does feel like with you, some gifts, but potentially some fear around that, and fully awakening, you know, taking it to where it needs to go. So have a think about that. Archangel Michael calling him in to vacuum away that, and that is coming from solar plexus. Now, sacral chakra is womb space. New ideas, new projects. I feel like this could even be a side hustle if you're not doing it already. You know, readings, card readings, doing it for friends, stuff like that, and then developing from that point. But medium indicates to me that you can connect to spirit. So I feel like I want to work with those gifts. Leah, hopefully that makes sense for you. Ray Louise, just after some guidance as well. I might use the same cards, hey, that might be okay. Let's use those same cards. Now, hello everyone who's watching on Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker tonight. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Yes, nice. Thank you. I set a PB with Parkrun. I was very, very proud, and I posted about it on my page, gloating. So Carrie was just congratulating me on Parkrun. So thank you, Harry. I've just added you to my list. Let me know, lovely, if you want anything drawn on career. Career, perfect. Just going to have a look around career for Carrie. So career, health, relationships, any of those sorts of things. If you feel like you need some guidance around that, then please let me know. And I'm more than happy. Yeah, Tina, I'm just going to reply to Tina at the moment, so just bear with me. So that is my link, Tina. And it's also in the post. So if you scroll up to the top of the post, that is my link there anyway, but that's there for you. Just going back to the main page. All right, so Tina, I've just replied and I've just sent you my link. Oh, Beck, interesting. Lots and lots of stuff there going on. Beck, repost that if you like. I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. And I have reached my limit, I think, for mediumship tonight. So if you're after anything else, you know, health, relationships, you know, all that sort of, hello, LeGray, then please let me know. And Tina, I have just replied with my link. So hopefully you've received that okay. Maria, hello. So, Simone, Dana, health. Dana Miller, health. I'm putting you down on my list. I will draw around that. Thank you for being nice and specific. All right, so I'm going to come to a few more readings so that we can get through a few people tonight. Ray Louise, after some guidance, just going to come to Ray Louise. Now, if you see the cards flying out, the reason I'm not grabbing them all is that if they're face down, my intention is for them to be face up. So if they're face down, I pop them back in the deck, and that's just my intention. That's the way, hi Becca, that's the way I work as a medium myself, or reader, I should say, not medium, card reader. So if you see me popping the cards back in, that's why. If they're face up, then I grab them. Ray Louise, let me just come to you, and I just want to see what's going on with you. Ray, what I feel as soon as I step into your energy is a bit of like a heartburn type feeling. So yeah, I don't know what that is. It's a little bit of heartburn for me, which is usually around indigestion, you know, gut not working as it should, digestive system, stuff like that. Have a think about that, because that does repeat on me. It feels a little bit like heartburn. And that can be, you know, stress, things like that. But just having a feel into that in yourself. My Lanta comes up, so it does feel like a bit of an indigestion type thing. And it is a little bit uncomfortable for me. So just noticing that in yourself and how that feels. Ray, I'm just going to draw some cards and see what comes out. I wasn't asking about health specifically, but I just give you whatever spirit gives me and pass that on. Ray Louise, just what do we need to know? Ray, what I want to say, something's coming up around an anniversary. This could be a mediumship or a spirit or something coming through, but the messages are coming through very clearly. But what I want to say is something around an anniversary, something coming up. It feels like, you know, really paying attention to that, marking that. The number 15 comes up for me as well. 5 is a bit of a major change number. 1 is life purpose, but 15 is coming up. But an anniversary, and I feel like I really want to acknowledge, you know, celebrate in whatever way I can. Obviously, things are a bit uncertain still with COVID and stuff like that, but I feel like that's important to mention and to pay attention to. Now, books, past into now. So that can be around reading, studying, you know, learning a bit more, research, you know, all that sort of stuff. Can also, I guess, no, there's an author card, so it wouldn't so much be about writing for me, but it can be, you know, publishing if you're a publisher. Books, so really, really important. It can be, yeah, it can be around writing, but there is an author card as well, specifically. Raphael is healing, that's in the present, so he's the emerald green, he has the emerald green light, Raphael. So I work with Raphael primarily with my healings, because he's, you know, green, and also Michael to cut cords and things like that. Now, you've got that as well, so Michael is here too, that's the release. So the angel of release relates to Michael. So that's what I do with my healing. So just have to think about that. There is a little bit of healing required. I was very interested in that sort of indigestion type feeling with you. Indigestion can be caused by, you know, resistance, not going with the flow, stuff like that. So there is a bit of a need with you in the present to do a bit of healing, and moving forward, that is cord cutting. So working with Raphael and Michael. Bottom of the deck is goddess, and that's honoring your inner goddess, you know, the inner self. I do a lot of meditation, and I sort of connect to my inner self in that way. Have a look at her, you know, try the same thing, a guided meditation, ask, you know, to see your inner self and see what she looks like. And a little bit of nurturing wouldn't go astray within a self, inner goddess. So let me just see what the overall message is for Ray Louise. And I'm going to move on to Trudy Armstrong, who's asking about health. So let me just look at books maybe. That might be a good one. Ray, this is a little bit around research for me, doing a bit of research. So that could be research into, you know, cleansing and protecting my energy, but it feels a little bit around what I'm putting in my body. So, you know, diet, nutrition, stuff like that. So it feels like a little bit of research. And I do feel a little bit congested through here. So have a think about that. But it could be a bit of an interest in that area. You know, how do I sort myself out? Stuff like that. How do I feel better? And energy levels. Yeah, energy levels. So a bit more plant-based will be good. Raising vibrations. It feels like that's a bit of a focus too. So Ray, hopefully that makes sense, hon. The release, really important, cutting cords. Trudy Armstrong, we're coming to you now, love. So we're going to maybe do crystals, whisper healing crystals. All right, I'm going to do crystals for Trudy Armstrong, who's asking about health. Hello, Margaret. No, not at all. Margaret, no, absolutely not. Margaret Rogerson's watching my page. Michelle Price, the light worker. Margaret, let me know if there's anything specific. I've seen your message. And you are on my list, Margaret Rogerson. So don't go anywhere if I mention your name, because I love to get feedback. So Margaret, let me know if there's anything specific. Siobhan, wow, that's interesting. I hope that's the correct pronunciation. I've just put you down as well. Davis, guidance around skin health, hey? Nice. So if you are just tuning in, I am a medium, also a healer. So if there's anything specifically around that, I also do really intense sort of business readings, one-on-one, that sort of thing, mediumship, mentorship, and Reiki, teaching Reiki and stuff like that as well. Oh, Ray, that's awesome, love. Awesome. Yeah, past into now. That's great. Ray's doing a bit of a detox at the moment. She was just letting me know. So I love the feedback. Really, really good. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Kavita. What a fabulous name, Kavita. Love that. Beautiful. All right, so I got a lot of mediumship to get through, so I'm just going to get into Trudy now. So Trudy's after health. Now, what I'm going to do, because I'm a bit of a healer, similar to what I've been doing for the other people tonight so far that I've read for, is I'm just going to connect to Trudy's energy. So I'm just going to start shuffling. I'm going to connect to Trudy's energy, see what I need to mention there, and then I'm going to draw some cards for Trudy Armstrong. Okay, so, well, that was interesting. Grounding, that just flew out. You could see that it landed face up. That's the hematite, so it's the mirror. Now, what I always say to people, Trudy, and this could be a bit of an indication normally that you're an empath, is that we want to put that mirror on the outside of our bubble. So when we're bubbling, which is a basic form of protection, we want to put a mirror on the outside to reflect other people's energy back towards them. Because what I feel like is you're absorbing a little bit of energy from others, and that can be anger, that can be frustration, that can be all sorts of emotions and energy. You know, if we're supporting someone through a divorce or breakup, that sort of thing, we can often take a lot of that with us. And what we want to do is be able to be there, hold people's hands, lift them up, you know, be that support person. But we want to leave their energy with them. So when we get in the car, it's good to cut cords, you know, try to release that. We don't want to take it with us because it just impacts our health and brings our energy down. So have a think about that. At the moment, it's about grounding. So that means bubble, you know, mirror on the outside of your bubble, protecting your energy, but also bare feet on the grass, you know, and connecting into the earth. So lots of grounding for you. Bring yourself back down to earth. Really, really important. Now, I'm going to draw some cards. So grounding's the first one, but I will draw a couple of other cards for you just to confirm that and see what else we need to know about health. Now, Trudy, it does feel like boundaries and sort of definitely cutting for you, but it does feel like boundaries. I feel like saying no to others' demands of my time and energy. Now, as I'm connecting to you, I'm getting a lot of sort of like sharp sort of feelings around my solar plexus. That's a digestive system, so intestine, you know, through there, that sort of thing. It's quite sharp for me. So really, you know, watch that. Keep an eye on it. Hopefully getting medical advice if it is anything sort of medical. But it does feel a little bit like through the, you know, the bowel, the intestine, you know, that sort of thing. It's quite sharp all through there for me. So just really watch that and get that checked if you haven't already. Diverticulitis comes up, you know, something like that. So that could be something to look at, and that will come back to, you know, diet, you know, being careful with your diet and stuff like that. But it is quite sharp all through that part of my body. Now, that's good confirmation, really good confirmation. Now, this is a Master Teacher card, and that will indicate, Trudy, that you've chosen some pretty big lessons for yourself. That's the Awakening Crystal. Now, because of the color it applies to, and it's a Master Teacher card, so there's only about 5 in this deck. So this is a really big one. That means you've chosen big emotional lessons when you were a little soul coming to Earth. huge challenges emotionally. Yeah, makes sense. Now, because of the color, it relates to all of the chakras. So every chakra in the body is being finely tuned at the moment. So if you're super emotional, stay away from, things that are likely to trigger you, set you off, loud environments, all of that sort of stuff. But that's why I'm saying, you need to protect your energy, really feeling that that's important. Yeah, making sure you're getting rid of any energy that doesn't serve you, any energy that others are trying to, drop on you, anything like that. Oh, thank you. Yes, we have, we have a troll. So let me just go back and try to find where this person is. Now, if you are a troll, then note that I am going to report you and block you. So I'm just blocking this person at the moment. And so just be aware that if you are planning to troll or spam anyone, that I will block you. So I think I've just blocked that person. Beautiful Tina, I'm glad you got the link. Yes, I got the troll. Thank you, Trees. Thank you, lovely. Now, this is really good confirmation, and this is for Trudy Armstrong. Hun, that's where I'm talking about. So that's solar plexus, where I've got all those little pains, sharp pains and stuff like that. That's relating to solar plexus abundance. So that's the gold. That's also our power center, abundance, prosperity, all of that sort of stuff. Melissa, a troll is someone who is trying to solicit for business. So someone trying to get business from my booking. Nikki, no, you haven't missed your reading, hun. You haven't missed your reading. We're coming to you very shortly. So thank you for taking the being patient with me to block that person. Citrina's abundance moving forward. So definitely clearing out that solar plexus now. This is you taking your power back, and it's another solar plexus one. It's a sunstone, yeah. Empowerment. So that's your power and control in solar plexus. So I feel like getting it sorted out, but it's going to take what I'm eating, what I'm doing. It may be medical. If there is the pain through their digestive system. But certainly plant-based, things that are easier to digest for your body will help get that moving. And then if it doesn't work, you may want to, go on and see someone else about that. So taking your power back is all solar plexus for me. So Trudy, I hope that makes sense, hon. And let me know if I'm on track or not. Angela Wilson, just going to come to you, 15 weeks pregnant. Yeah, Angela. I'm going to use Whispers of Healing because they're beautiful and gentle. And they're very good for healing, health, all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to come to Angela now. Then I've got a few mediumship inquiries. So going to whiz through all of those. Misty, yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Therese, yes, you can, my darling. Thank you. Therese is very, very good. Therese, of course, let us know that there was that person on here trolling. Teresa. Therese, let me know if there's anything specific. But at the moment, I'll just put down general on my list. And thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Janine. Hello, Natasha. That's a beautiful name. No, lovely. You can just, if you draw my attention, then I will come to you. So when I'm mentioning people's names, then it's because I feel quite drawn to you at that time. It's not to say that if I skip over you that I won't come back. Don't feel like that. Definitely copy and paste, your comment. Cara, no, you're not too late, hun. Cara, is there anything you're particularly after? I'll just pop you on my list. Cara Byrne Pantel. I'm just popping you on my list. So it doesn't mean that I won't come to you, but certainly go back and copy and paste because I do have my eyes closed a lot because I'm a clairvoyant. If you wanted to book a one-on-one, then feel free to click on the link in this post and that will take you to my page and you're able to then check my availability and all that sort of stuff. Angela Wilson, 15 weeks preggers. Beautiful. Angela, let me just come to you and I'll just see what I'm feeling there. Angela, the first thing I want to say is my solar plexus is quite activated and that's common with pregnancy. So solar plexus will be quite activated and that's the first thing I want to mention about you. Similar to the last client, and I'm sure you probably be having some, pains if your tummy's sort of changing, growing and stuff like that. I've just got a little bit of a sort of sharp pain, nothing to worry about, but just up around my sort of rib cage. So I just wanted to mention that as well. I'm assuming it's just everything sort of shifting around and changing and developing in there. Angela, it's very exciting. I feel very excited in your energy. I'm also coming down into sacral womb space, and that feels quite nice and soft and warm, which is good when you're pregnant, newly pregnant. That's beautiful. Very nice energy, very feminine energy. So that's nice. If it was too much the other way, I would probably mention that. But no, it's really nice and feminine, nice and soft in your energy. So these are the Whispers of Healing cards. They're nice and gentle. They do relate to health, healing, all that sort of stuff. And the images are just the most beautiful thing ever. Beautiful. Now, acceptance has passed into now. Accepting that we can't fix and change. We can only work on ourselves. And that's basically riding the wave, getting on the wave and just going for it. That's passed into now. So that's going with the flow. The flying fish, it's all very magical and fantastical. But acceptance is, forgiveness, sometimes forgiveness, letting go, going with the flow, which is essentially what she's doing, jumping on that wave and just ride it. In the present, it is progress. And now you can see there's little people. There's a lady down the bottom there, and there's little people listening to her. So progress in the present, and that is with little kids, the children, whatever sort of stands out. That's the fairy, little fairy there, and it's just trying to focus there. But you can see the kids with the lady down the bottom. So that's around, children, but it's also moving forward. And there's a lot of butterflies there as well, which are transformation, rebirth. Little butterflies, they're beautiful, hey? And there's little fairies in her wings. They're very detailed, these cards. Lots of children, lots and lots and lots of children. Now, the fairies do work with the kids. Fairies work with children, babies, health, animals, all those sorts of things. So fairies are very appropriate. Moving forward, it's well-being. Now, what the well-being card is, it's relating to you taking care of yourself. It's about receiving, pampering, giving back to yourself. Nurturing is going to be really important during the pregnancy, obviously, but noticing your body and what it needs, first and foremost, very, very important. So where's the bottom of the deck gone? Clarifier is a bit of healing. So a little bit of healing, so that wouldn't go astray. If you wanted to go out and do some energy work, stuff like that, there is a need for a bit of healing. That's the medical symbol over there. It's hard to know where I'm pointing. It's like the reverse of everything. So that's medical symbol. So a little bit of healing required. And I am getting a little bit of an A cup around my ribs. Nothing to, worry about, but just a little bit of an A cup there. But a little bit of healing, energy work. Reiki is really good for pregnancy. I do a lot of Reiki on pregnant women. So that wouldn't be a bad thing. That can be distance or face-to-face. So how to think about that, Angela, but I'm super excited in your energy. Haley Marie, we're after Grandad Shady. Now, just going to do a little bit of mediumship. So if you're just connecting, I'm doing, yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they, trees? Lots of messages. It just has a bit of trouble focusing because there's so many pictures in there, so detailed. They're beautiful. Trudy loves them as well. Hi, Nick. Hi. Nick's after career, relationship, or anything in general. Lacking a bit of direction. Mick, I'll just put down lacking direction and I'll see what we need to know there, hey? Lacking direction. Now, I'm going to get into some mediumship. This does take a little bit of time to connect, so I'm going to get into that. Haley Marie, Grandad Shady. So I'm going to do Haley Marie, Anne Marie, lots of Maries tonight, Felicity Kate, Nikki, Rachel, Brock. So connecting to mediumship for all of you guys, and then I'm going back to doing the general card readings for Carrie, Dana, Margaret, Siobhan, Therese, Cara, and Mick. So that's who I've got down on my list at the moment. Hello, Maria. Beautiful. Very anxious. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, so just going to connect and do a little bit of mediumship. So Haley Marie, Grandad Shady. I'm just going to allow Grandad Shady to come into the room. Haley Mary, what I want to say, goosebumps, is first of all, when I say goosebumps, it's confirmation. So confirmation connecting to lots of goosebumps, lots of energy coming in with Grandad. What I want to say with Grandad is outdoors. I'm outdoors, I'm out in the open. Yeah, so a real connection to being outdoors, loving the outdoors. But being outdoors is my favorite kind of thing, as opposed to being sort of cooped up inside, is what I want to say first of all. So real connection to the outdoors. The land, yeah, in particular, soil, dirt, garden, landscape, all that sort of stuff. The grass, it's like outdoors for me. Whoops. Oh gosh, there goes half the deck. Hang on a sec, Haley. Hang on. Just dropped all the cards on the table. So just picking them all up again. Apologies, Grandad Shady. Now, Hayley, what I want to say is there's something about a sweet tooth, either yourself or granddad. I'm not sure who we're coming to, but the sweet tooth, it feels like chocolates and it feels like, you know, those like favorites. It's not exactly favorites, but the ones where they had the different centers. And I feel like Turkish Delight. I just want to say Turkish Delight. But it feels like choosing, yeah, going through, choosing the ones that I really like, that sort of thing is what I want to say. So very specific about the sweet tooth, and it's chocolate, and it feels like Turkish Delight. So I feel like I'm going through and sort of selecting the ones that I like. Now, finances is number one, Hayley, and that's fantastic news, hey? Granddad Shady. Talking about finances first. So there'll be something around money, you know, maybe it's coming in. That's passed into now as well. So we'll have to see what that is. I'm just going to draw a couple more cards for you, present and future. I also want to say with your hun, patience, it's like wait a while. You know, there's a kind of a vine that, you know, when you go bushwalking, it can catch on your clothing and hold on to you. It's got little hooks on it. So it's called a wait a while. And what I want to say is wait a while. It feels like a bit of patience. Yeah, that makes sense. So finances, number one, in the present, it's get some rest. So it feels like a bit of patience, a bit of downtime. Get some rest relates to hibernation for me. So just waiting, yeah, waiting. Having a little rest, you know, if it's school holidays, you're on a break, that sort of thing, making the most of it. Now, hobbies is doing what you love, getting out there, you know, if it's kite surfing, surfboarding, you know, sailing, you know, I'm thinking water. I don't know why I'm going to the water, but I am, kayaking, whatever it is. I feel like we want to do a bit more of that, the enjoyable things, the things we enjoy. Yeah, it's a bit of an outlet, really important for you moving forward. Raising your vibrations. Now, this is another raising vibrations card, new exercise program. Oh gosh, lucky we're not one-on-one because I'd spend a bit of time here. That's movement, moving your body. Now, it's interesting because hobbies, it was all physical, what I was feeling. So getting out, doing a bit more physical activity, really, really good. It is very good for, you know, clearing, raising vibrations. Now, we've got the other card for money, windfall, and that's upside down. So windfall, finances, they're both there. Both the windfall and the finances card is here. So let me just see what the overall message is, and then I'll move on to Anne-Marie. But there's something going on with finances with you. Let me have a look at that. Hang on a sec. And there's something around career for me as well. So the finances, career, it's something about like a change in that, a rethink, you know, what am I doing? But it feels like more money coming in. Sometimes this is a side hustle for me. So bringing in a side hustle, something on the side like that. But there's something around career. So whether I can sort of step up, you know, promotional, you know, getting a promotion, that sort of thing, more money, or a side hustle, bringing in more money. It's feeling like that for me. Windfall and finances, it's too much. There's too much there to ignore that. So Hayley, have a think about that, have a feel into that. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Now, Anne-Marie, grandma died when she was 2. So Anne-Marie, I'm just going to come into different energy here. So I'll just disconnect from Granddad Shady and I'm going to connect to Anne-Marie's grandma. So I'm just going to do that. Now, if you are just tuning in, I am doing mediumship at the moment. And I will come back to doing a few general card readings as well. So if you are just tuning in, then that's what I'm doing at the moment. That's why I've got my eyes shut. Hello, Wendy. How you going? Nice to see you. Now, if you are on my page or you're not already, Roberto, yes, a man. Excellent. Roberto, I've just put you on my list. I've got 2 men. No, there's another man, Roberto. There's Mick. Now, you won't be able to see Mick because he's watching from my page, Michelle R. Price, the Lightworker, and that's what I was about to say. Roberto, I've just put you on my list. Guidance. So, love the gents, love the gents. What I was going to say is it's a really good idea. Yeah, I've written everyone down. Really good idea to keep sharing your comments. So if I haven't seen you, keep sharing. And yeah, so we'll definitely come to as many people as possible. Relationships, child health isn't the best. Oh gosh, Jules, you've got a lot going on, huh? But yes, Mick is watching. He's just on a different page. And I do cross-post to my own page. If you wanted to book a one-on-one with me, I do have a link in this post and you're welcome to click on that. Oh my gosh, my hair's a bit fluffy. Click on that and you can click book now, and I will stay online and answer any questions that you may have as well. So I do readings. I do a beautiful reading healing combo, which is an hour and a half of just pure pampering. Reading, getting some guidance, and then doing a beautiful pranic energy / Reiki healing at the end of that. So yeah, that's a very, very popular one for me. Anne-Marie, grandma, just going to connect over here now. So grandma passed when Anne-Marie was 2. Lots of indications down my left, Anne-Marie, so we're on track. That's really good. Left, of course, is feminine energy. So just going to see what I need to mention over here. Anne-Marie, what I want to say is a yellow flowers, goosebumps. Check with family, but it's like the daisy, something like that. So sometimes they're white with the yellow centers, but it's like a daisy, but also maybe a daffodil or something. Daffodil for me signifies, cancer, raising awareness, that sort of thing. But it is the yellow flower for me, and it does feel, that can relate to cancer because it's like Daffodil Day. So just have a think about that and see what that feels like to you. But it can also be, that was my favorite flower, stuff like that. But it's the yellow flower for me. It does feel a bit like a daffodil. Yeah. What I want to say to you as well, Anne-Marie, is look after your health, look after yourself. We only have this, one life, in this body. And I want to say look after your health. You want to stay here as long as possible. There is a real feeling of awareness, around that for you. What I also want to say is look at things that aren't working. So when you're, organizing, if it's a business or your home life, stuff like that, some things work, some things don't. If you're managing children in the house, all that sort of stuff, we want to find things that work, but I feel like I want to have some structure in place. That feels really important. So looking at what's working and what's not working, and developing a sort of structure and a plan around that feels really important. And Marie, I'm just going to draw some cards for you, hun. So we'll see what comes out. This is on behalf of Grandma, of course. It's not me drawing. It's your loved ones. What I also want to say for you, Anne-Marie, is really strong, really strong girl is what I want to say. Great strength with you. I do have a few indications around my head at the moment, whether that was, Grandma and what she was going through. I do have a bit of pressure around my head, around my temples at the moment. So I just want to show you, oh, these are good. Yeah, that makes sense. Taking the next step now, that's passed into now, and that is the action card. So that is a bit of yang, solar plexus. I just can't get that to focus. A bit of yang, solar plexus. It's taking the next step. So it's sometimes a leap of faith, but that's passed into now. So that would be an indication that we've already done something different moving forward. So memories is in the present. That's a little bit sentimental normally, going back, into childhood, that sort of thing. Some memories, and also remembering being, 2. Your grandma passed when you were 2. So there's a lot of time that's passed since then. So memories, sentimental. In the future, it's looking ahead, self-care, looking after you a little bit more. So that makes sense. Grandma was talking about health. Yeah, really important. And there's nothing to be concerned about with you, but it's more that, when you're on this side, you realize that we are mortal and we don't have forever. So really looking at that for you so we can live long, and then retirement. That would be good. Retiring early, something like that would be amazing. But it's like I want to live a long, healthy life. It's really important so I can enjoy this, so I can enjoy that. Now, those yellow flowers aren't so much here, but there was definitely something around the daffodil type flower. That's a yellow rose. But there's something around the yellow flower. So see if that resonates, and you may know what we're talking about there, Anne-Marie. Felicity Kate, Dad passed 25 years ago. Felicity, just going to use the same cards. Now, I will use the butterflies for everyone tonight for mediumship because it is easier to stick with the same cards once we're on a bit of a roll. I'm just going to disconnect from Grandma and Felicity Kate. Just going to come to Dad, who passed 25 years ago. Now, if you are just clicking on to the post, hello, welcome. Hi, Tylee. Tylee Patricia. I've got a few mediumship inquiries, Tylee, but if there's anything else that you're after, please let me know, and I'm going to come to as many people as I possibly can. Trish, hello. Kate, hello. Nice to see everyone logging on this Monday evening. How's your holidays been? All the kids are still on holidays at the moment, aren't they? But a lot of people are going back to work, I know. Felicity Kate, 25 years ago, Dad passed. Just going to come over here, Felicity. Felicity, what I want to say is a little around guidance. It's like requesting guidance, needing guidance, something like that. It's what I want to say. So guidance is number one as Dad's coming into the room. Yeah. What I also want to say, goosebumps, is raising awareness. Now, I feel like with you, goosebumps is what I want to say. It feels like you're sensitive and you can feel the energies that are around, but you don't always know what it is. So it's like when you're looking around the room and then you see movement out of the corner of your eye and you sort of turn your head and you can't see anything. And I was speaking about clairaudience before. So that's, deafness, ringing, all those things, that spirit trying to communicate. With you, I feel it's more visual. So, and what Dad's indicating is more around, goosebumps and stuff like that. It's like, how hackles raising on your neck, little feelings like that. You know, we used to say someone's walked over your grave when that happened, and that's usually a sign of spirit being around. So I want you to start to pay attention to that, because it does feel like he's trying to communicate. And that's similar to what I was saying for a lady earlier, where I got the mediumship card. It's not so much that, but it feels like definitely around, and I feel like you can sense that, but you may not always realize that's him. So when you feel that, if your hair goes up on your arms, you know, hackles raised on your neck, stuff like that, you know, speak to him. He's listening. That means he's around. And it's usually, you know, if you have the butterfly pop up and then someone's name pops into your head, then go with that. You know, trust your intuition. I feel like that's really important. You do have a gift. I feel like you definitely have a gift. Felicity, just going to come over here. Dad's been around a lot too. So even though he passed a long time ago, goosebumps, he's around. He's showing me he's around. Still protective. You know, they are. Dad's very protective, but he's still around. Yeah. What else I feel like, Felicity, with you is seeking out, thank you, your platform. So I feel like a platform is usually speaking, delivering, teaching, doing something like that. But I feel like a platform, yeah? So finding a platform to speak from. That could be social, you know, social media, you know, Zoom. I do a lot of my work on Zoom, Facebook Lives, you know, stuff like that. But it's find your platform is what I want to say. And it does feel like a spiritual gift to some description and developing that. But platform is what I want to say primarily. Just going to draw some cards for you. What I also want to say is truth. So this is a bit around discernment. So knowing that you can tell the difference between truth and lie, really important gift. So truth. That's good. Thank you, Dad. Beautiful confirmation. Getting some rest past into now. That's raising your life force, filling your cup, essentially. Really important. So getting some rest, recharging, rejuvenating. That's past into now. So having a little holiday, having a little break, time apart. Then we're joining back in. How good's that? I love what they did there. Yeah, getting some rest, past into now, recharging, refilling, that's past into now. In the present, it is joining in. So that's social, getting out there. And I talked about your platform, social media, all of that sort of stuff. There's something in here for you. That could be joining a group. So whether that's a meetup group in public or just online, but join in as socializing. So we want to put yourself back out there. We've had a bit of rest, a bit of recovery, topping up your cup, and we're going to get back out there. Heavenly signs, that's good confirmation. You know, I was talking about the butterfly and you see it and then you're like, who pops into my head? That's what I was talking about. So there is a little bit of spirit energy around you. Just notice the goosebumps and things like that. They are signs. And if you're in the present, then you're noticing those things. Yeah. So that's awesome, Felicity. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Nikki Rachel Brock, son passed away. He was 15 years of age. So just going to come there. Now, what I might do, I'm going to use for your son, I'm going to use the fairy cards. Because fairies connect to children, animals, health, and all that sort of stuff, but especially children. I just feel very strongly to use these kid cards, not kid cards, fairy cards. So just going to use those for Nikki Rachel Brock. Now, thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Elsie. Hello. Hello, my lovely lady. She must have fed the kids, and she's on here watching. Anne-Marie, thank you, lovely. Good. Yes, there was a few messages around health. The dandelion, is that what it was? Goosebumps. Goosebumps. I just got lots and lots of goosebumps. You got it. Excellent. Spirit plant. Yes, yes, yes. That's amazing. Head brain. Beautiful. Good confirmation. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie was just giving me some feedback about the reading just now. Roberto, see animals. There are times I see animals around. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow, that's so cool. Oh my God, Roberto, you're amazing. What on earth? This is incredible. Roberto, I need to get to you. Animals around people. Oh my gosh, you have a gift, mate. Usually that's like a totem animal type thing. So obviously you're seeing that like third eye is what you mean. So yeah, that's like a totem animal thing. So that usually means that that person, whatever these are, whatever they represent, if you're seeing them around me, that will serve a purpose for me at the moment. So with other people, depending on the animal, if you look up the animal and then totem animal, the name of the animal, then totem animal, and you'll be able to see what that means for that person. You can pass on the information. That's incredible, Roberto. You're amazing. I need to get to you. So I had to get through all these other people who are in front of you, but I really want to get to you because that's really amazing. Anyway, distractions. I'm getting distracted. Nikki, Rachel, Brock. Just going to connect to you and your beautiful son. Goosebumps, who passed when he was 15. So Nikki, just going to do that over here now, honey. Now, Nikki, Yeah. What I want to say, there's something around sport here, sporting careers, something like that. I feel like, you know, dreams of, it's like athletic, you know, that sort of thing. And it's a dream of, you know, that. It may have been sort of a, you know, family conversation or something around that, but it feels like my sporting career. It feels like sort of a dream. I don't know how far, you know, he got with that, you know, being physical, but it does feel like that, you know, dream not realized. And I just wanted to say that, yeah. There is a card that relates to that in the children's wellbeing cards, but I feel like the fairies, whoops, I feel like the fairies are really good for us at the moment. I've just lost a couple of cards. Yeah. Now, I want to say as well, there's a reference to like water here, water. So whether that's hydration or something like that for you, let me just check that. It's a love of water, connection to water, something like that. It feels like, you know, being in the ocean, beach, you know, that sort of thing. I feel like I'm pulled there. Sometimes I go out into the hinterland, you know, rainforest, but I feel like more beach, and it feels like water, connection to that. So that'd be coastal. Yeah. Oops. Face down. All right, so Nikki, I'm just going to draw a couple of cards and see what we need to know there. My back is quite sore, but that could be me. But back's feeling quite sore for me at the moment too. Let's just draw some cards. Yeah. Yeah, it is quite painful. My shoulder is quite painful as well. That's just sort of coming on. Shoulder, it feels skeletal for me. Shoulder, sort of back. I don't know if that's like scoliosis or something, but it does feel muscular. Muscular skeletal. It's quite painful all through my back. Great wisdom in this one. Great wisdom. So packed full of. Now, what I feel like, and you'll like goosebumps, you'll understand this, is saying quite profound things. And that would have been, wow, that would have been when your child was growing up. You know, he passed when he was 15, but I feel like growing up, it's like saying profound things, saying things that are beyond what he should be saying for that age. But I do have quite a lot of pain in my body at the moment. I don't feel like I'm going to be sick, but I do feel physically pain. So that's what I want to say. Past into now's children. So this is, you know, one of your children, of course. That's what we're talking about there, relating to that. Now, daughters in the present. So this usually relates to a physical daughter or a daughter in spirit, but that's in the present. So daughter. And love life moving forward. So usually love life, we'll be talking about an improvement there, a bit of romance coming in, that sort of thing, but can also be in relationship to what you're asking or needing to know at the moment. So love life can be relationship. And bottom of the deck is letting go. So letting go of control, letting go of resistance, you know, acceptance, moving forward, all those sorts of things. This is feeling like, for me, being in the present moving forward. And not sort of reliving what's come before. So children, daughter, love life. Let me see what the overall message is. Now, it's a funny one. What I want to say with you is appreciation, gratitude for what you have. I feel like the time that you spent with your son, really important. And then here now on earth, being grateful for, you know, what we have here. It can be incredibly hard to let go, and that's a let go card that I just showed you, but it can be incredibly hard to let go and move forward and feel like we can be joyful and, you know, all those sorts of things. And I know some time has passed, but I also feel like it's really important to give gratitude moving forward, putting that good energy out there, gratitude for the time you spent with your son, but also here and now and with things that you have around you. So coming back into the present, being really present. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm sorry for your loss. It's never fun, you know, losing a child, Nikki. And that's our, yeah, that, children. Yeah, so your son did a really good job pulling those cards. Really good job. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who requested mediumship. Now I'm going to just do some general cards. Carrie Burgess was after life purpose, career. Thank you to everyone who asked for mediumship tonight. I won't be doing any more mediumship, but if you do have other questions, please let me know. And I'm just going to whiz through before I drop my cards everywhere. As many people as I can get to. That's important for me, to get you guys what you need. That's the whole purpose of me being on here. So, hello, Wendy. Carrie Burgess, career. Let's have a look at career for Carrie. Hello, Shalina. I can see you. Hello. Kimberly, hello. Oh, is there another troll, Trees? Is there another troll? Let me see. All right, so just going to block. Now, if you are a troll and you're trying to solicit, then I will block you. Just want to let you know. Sorry, guys, this does take a couple of seconds. But yes, that is a troll. Thank you guys for the heads up. Appreciate it. I have blocked. Michelle from Townsville. Awesome. Hi, Michelle. Now, if I don't get you to this week, yes, I've just blocked. I just blocked Richie. Thank you. Now, if I don't get to everyone this week, I am on every Monday night from 6:15. That's standard time, and daylight saving, that's 7:15. So feel free to pop on next week, and I'll be on for an hour each week. Also, you can connect with me during the week. More than happy to do one-on-one readings and that sort of thing. Carrie Burgess is going to come to you for career. And there's a link in the post. If you want to connect one-on-one, there's a link in the post, and you can click that and book now and check my availability. Otherwise, I'll stay online. You can private message me, and I stay online and answer everyone's questions. So more than happy. More than happy. Hello, Leanna. Charlena. Beautiful. Goosebumps all down my left when I said that last name. What was that, Leanna? Goosebumps all down my left, Leanna. So that's feminine. Carrie Burgess, just going to come to Carrie for career. Just going to see what comes out of my life purpose cards for Carrie. So yes, that's how you connect with me one-on-one, or you can wait till next week. I'll be back for an hour from 6:15 standard time, 7:15 daylight time. And if you're in other areas, you will need to do the conversion. But I'm in Queensland. So if you are booking, all those times are in Queensland time. Now, Carrie, oh, these are very, very good. Very good. Builder is creating what you want. You know, that's doing what you want. That can be building a business, putting a business together, construction, past into now. Leadership's in the present. You need to be working for yourself. That's also taking the leading role in a situation. So if you are already in business, you know, which is what the builder card would indicate, working for yourself, it's taking a lead role, taking charge in the present. And Carrie's asking about work. Career. Creative expression, expressing yourself creatively. So that's artwork, music, you know, all that sort of stuff, dancing, singing, you know, all of those creative things, getting the juices flowing. And it means new ideas, new projects coming out via that. But also space is really important for that. So new ideas, new projects, but creating space for that to happen. And we also have career change on the bottom of the deck. So that would indicate something different, heading a different direction. If you're not already working for yourself, Carrie, I feel like you should be, because career change would indicate, you know, that, and especially that building card and leadership. So definitely, you know, giving direction as opposed to taking direction. So Carrie, hopefully that makes sense for you. It's been a while since I read for you, so I actually can't remember what you do for a living. Dana, thank you, Carrie. Dana Miller, health. I'm just going to come to the crystal cards. So Dana, crystal cards. Oh, beautiful, for your granddaughter. Therese, I'll do my best, hon. I'll put you on the list. I'm not sure. I do have not a lot of time left, but I'll put you down. And maybe just ask about your granddaughter next week if you have time. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you got a couple of people in New Zealand. Yay, my hubby's from Auckland. Therese, I'll put 4-year-old granddaughter, but I don't know that I'll get there. So next week, if you want to ask again, I do have my kid cards, so more than happy to do that then as well. Dana Health, just going to come to Dana and see what we need to know there. Hello, everyone who's watching on Michelle R. Price, the light worker at the moment. It's good to see all the beautiful names popping up. And nice to see some people from New Zealand connecting as well. That's fantastic. All right, so just going to connect into Dana and see what I need to know around health with Dana. And then I've got a couple of other people to connect to it as well. So Dana, what do I need to know there? Dana, what I want to say first of all is I need to go outside and get a bit more vitamin D, is what I want to say. So I feel like I want to get a bit more vitamin D, sunshine. It feels really important. Could be connecting into sort of skin, hair, nails, strength, stuff like that. But a bit of vitamin D. And you can also take a spray. There is a spray that you can spray in your mouth if you are, you know, vitamin D deficient. But vitamin D, sunshine is what I want to say first and foremost. Oh, these are good. All right, so a lot of throat space, hun. A lot of throat space. I have a think about that. Kyanite blue, letting go. That is throat space. So sometimes that is, you know, holding on to stuff, not getting closure. And we keep it in our throat space, but it's about letting go of that. Because this is communication and that's upside down, aquamarine. That was upside down like that. So that indicates that we want to activate throat space. So letting go of whatever, you know, we haven't said, you know, whether that's through role playing, you know, sitting someone down and you know, pretending to sit them down, saying what you need to say to get it out of your system would be good. But you can also do it through guided meditation, cord cutting, whatever you want to do. But it's all around throat space and activating that and giving yourself permission to speak. Now, compassion, same thing. So that can be compassion mostly for yourself in this situation. Green is heart space, and that's heart space as well. So we've got 2 throat space, 2 heart space. Speaking from the heart, really important as well. But compassion and flexibility. So going with the flow, letting go of control. Let's not try and fix or change. I feel like that's an important message for you to hear. And definitely compassion for yourself. So heart and throat primarily coming up for you. But clearing out throat, because that can affect, you know, our ability to speak up. And it can affect our throat, as in thyroid. You know, can affect our thyroid if we're not activating that throat space. And then you end up with all sorts of problems from thyroid malfunction. Margaret Rogerson is after some general. So Margaret, just going to come to, let's do guidance for Margaret Rogerson. And Siobhan, I'm going to come to, she was asking about skin health. So Margaret and Siobhan. So Margaret, just going to come to you first. And Margaret's after just general. So just going to see what we need to know there. Margaret, I do feel like a lot going on in my head, and it feels like a bit of a circuit going around and around. So thinking about something. You can do a God box in that situation. You can also put your thoughts down and burn them if you feel to do that, if it's safe. But a God box, you know, putting all your thoughts down, getting them out, and I feel like it's affecting sleep. So I feel like putting it in the little God box, shoe box, putting a lid on it. Oh gosh, my throat's kicking in. I think that was left over from Dana. That throat space, wow. We need to get that cleared out. Margaret Rogerson. General. So let me just see what comes out of here. This is general from Margaret. Very tickly little throat over here. Okay. So Margaret, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh, lovely. Wow. So Margaret, just general. Transformation past into now. Butterfly maiden, that's rebirth. That's past into now. So learning what we could. 2020 was a hard year, or difficult for a lot of people. For me, it was really good, but for a lot of people, it was challenging. So there's a bit of a rebirth going on, a bit of transformation moving forward for you. That's past into now. Present is Mother Earth, nice and grounded, but it can be about environmentalism. So awareness of global warming, changes to the earth, bushfires, floods, all of those things, what is behind that. So having a bit of a deeper understanding. It can also be an indication of an earth angel with you, but an understanding of the earth and the impact that we as humans are having on that. The arts moving forward, that's creative. That's also, you know, playing, literally what she's doing. Can be playing music physically, you know, if you play an instrument, but listening to music, it's all about the music for me, and that's a bit of an awakening. So bringing on new ideas, new projects, creative energy, awakening that, sacral chakra. An infinite supply moving forward. So that is prosperity and abundance, but also knowing that we'll always be provided for. We're never going to starve. You know, we'll always have that provision, you know, always being provided for by the universe. So understanding that everyone has enough, we'll always have enough. So Margaret, hopefully that makes sense for you. Siobhan, asking around skin health. Now, Siobhan, I'm just going to come to crystals again. Siobhan asking around skin health. I'm just going to connect your energy and see what I need to know around that. Now, Siobhan, what I want to say, and hopefully I'm saying your name right, what I feel first of all is green, which is indication of inflammation. So when I'm doing my kind of healing that I do, I use that colour. That is a healing colour, but also that's good for anti-inflammation. So just feeling a little bit of inflammation in the body, a bit of heat. So I just want to have a look at that and see what we can do about that to maybe cool that off. What I want to say with you is maybe alkalizing foods would be good. So if you can check out Alkali's diet, alkalizing foods. So that's bringing your pH back. It's a little acidic for me. Bringing your pH back to balance would be really good. So alkalizing diet, if you can Google that and see what that's about, that'd be really good. Even your kombuchas, fermented drinks, really good for you. So that's around gut health, yeah? So fermented drinks, kombuchas, stuff like that. Hopefully you can tolerate it. It's a bit of an interesting taste. But kombucha, I make my own, but that's around gut health for me. So bringing that back into alignment. Let me just draw some cards for you and see what comes out. We'll see if we can get some confirmation of all of that. Yeah, it is coming around diet for me, definitely around diet. So trying to balance that pH and kombucha, fermented drinks, apple cider vinegar is the same thing. So some apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. You only have to put like a teaspoon or that sort of thing in that, not heaps. Is that the right one? Good. So these are the crystals. Now, past into now is rose quartz, inner child. So I'm asking around health. So there will be something around an inner child maybe contributing to the tummy upset, because I'm definitely feeling it through your gut. So rebalancing that. So you may have to do some inner child work. That's, you know, doing a meditation, bringing your inner child into the room, connecting to them, saying what you need to say, and maybe even what they didn't hear when they were growing up, and giving that to them, the reassurance that they need. Dr. Hayes is heart healing. So there's something going on with heart space, and that's rose quartz. So they're both heart. So as I was saying with the last lady, there are often, you know, very clear themes here. And for you, it is heart space. Fertility moving forward as well. So fairy stone, that can relate to bringing in children. Children can, or pregnancy can affect our hormones as well. So that could be something to consider there. Fertility is also relating to our creation, creativity. So new ideas, new projects, sacral space. But heart again, patience. So patience with the healing. But all of those are healing, are heart. All of those are heart. So really important to do a bit of heart healing and fairy stone fertility, looking at either hormones, if it's throwing hormones out of whack, but also new ideas, new projects. So we've got to do some heart healing before we can do that. So a lot of this is connecting into heart space for me as well. So a little bit of heart healing to be done there. Teresa was after some general. Thank you for connecting. Goddess guidance. I want to do goddess guidance for Therese. Therese, thank you for watching. You're one of my regulars, and I love seeing you on here. Beautiful. My own health. Okay, Therese. Let me go back to crystals. Actually, no, I'll do whispers of healing, Therese. Whispers of healing for Therese. And then Cara. I'm going to come to Cara. And then I've got a couple of other people on my list. Hello, Narelle. Nice to see you on here. Michaela. Beautiful. So, Therese, I'm just going to do around health for you, hun. And if I haven't managed to get to you tonight, please make sure that you click on next week. I'm on from the same time for an hour. The earlier you get on, the better chance you have of getting a reading, darling. And everyone, sorry, darling, I was reading Michelle's message there, and I was like, darling. But yes, you have the better chance the earlier you get on. So I'm on from 6:15 Standard Time, 7:15 Daylight Time. So I'm more than happy to connect to as many people as I can. Therese, just going to do some general for you. So just let me pop a couple of cards out here. And then I've got a couple more people to get to before I jump off. Therese, what I want to say is you do a lot for others, huh? You do a lot for others. And I want you to give yourself a big pat on the back. You're very, very generous. Very generous. I do feel a bit empathic though. So making sure that you are... this is really good. Making sure that you have your bubble on, or that you're protecting your energy, you know, cutting cords, stuff like that, really important. I feel like you do a lot for others, very kind, very generous. Now, past into now, it's well-being. And that is taking note of how you're feeling, your health, all of that sort of stuff is a priority. So well-being, and that's following your body's rhythms and cycles, but also noticing if you feel a bit off, you know, if you feel tired, go and have a rest, you know, eat more nourishing food, you know, really listening to your body, well-being. So that is an indication around health. These are whispers of healing cards. Releasing. This is all very much in alignment with what I was just saying. That's an incredible card, isn't it? Look at that lady in the sky. It's like the lightning coming out of her hand. So releasing is cutting cords, not doing things the way that we've always done them. So definitely watching that, releasing, letting go of. You can see the lightning striking the earth. So sometimes, you know, when I'm clearing out my energy in my room, I'll clap my hands together psychically and imagine a lightning bolt. So that's a really good way of clearing your energy. 5 is major change in all areas of life. So moving forward, we're doing things differently, Therese. So this is a bit about receiving for you, moving forward, giving back to yourself, rather than, you know, giving to other people, because we've got to top up our own cup, yeah, and I feel like that's really important. 2 and 9 is 11. So that's the master number. Now, this isn't very much in alignment with what I was feeling about you giving away to a lot of other people. We want to make sure that the relationships, what we're doing is that people deserve, you know, our time and energy. So making sure that we're not just doing everything for everyone, but it's like being specific, you know, and making sure that we're getting something back. So we're not just give. Yeah, so sincere relationships, really good confirmation of what I was talking about. And now this one as well, negativity. So that's the impact it has. And I'm feeling like this is a really big lesson. It's saying no, starting to say no for you, hun, because we can't do everything for everyone. Otherwise we end up like that, flat on our back, and we can't do a thing. So it's about, you know, shielding yourself from negativity. You're quite an empath, and I feel like feeling others' energies. And for you moving forward, we've got to change that. So hopefully that makes sense, because it does have an impact on your health, for sure, as you would know. Cara Byrne, Pantel, I think it was after general. So how beautiful are those cards, Therese? It's so gorgeous. Throat chakra area, need to continue focus and greatly appreciate the advice you provided. I'll put your tips into practice and also be gentle with myself. Oh, Dana, that's brilliant. Great feedback. Thank you. That's really, really good to know. Kara is just after general, so I'm just going to grab the angel therapy cards. And there is a link in this post if you wanted to book a one-on-one. There's a link in the post. You can check my availability by clicking book now, and that will take you to my page. So thank you everyone for watching. I'm just going to get to a couple more people before I finish up. So just having a look at who I've got on my list. Cara Byrne, general. If you get nervous focus on service, Cara. So that is, you know, for me, I'm doing my own business. I was made redundant, so I sort of found myself doing this by accident, really. And here we are 9 months later. But if you get nervous, and that's what I do, if I have a day where I don't have a lot of clients and I'm like, panic stations, then I actually do. So I go around and I'll do something nice for my neighbor. I'll go down the shop and pay it forward. It's focusing on doing nice things, putting nice energy out there when you're getting nervous and worried, so you don't come out of alignment, because spirit doesn't want me not to work in this industry, but sometimes I need to have a break as well. So getting nervous, focus on service. Cara, number 1. So just going to draw another couple of cards for Cara. Then I've got a couple of gents I'm going to draw some cards from. I won't spend a lot of time, but because I'm watching the time and I know there's other people coming on and I don't want to block anyone. Oh, what flag is that? It looks Italian, is it, Patricia? There's a beautiful little flag popping up. Nervous, focus on service. Integrity is in the present. So as long as you have that, you're good. There's nothing to worry about. So if others are testing that around you, making sure that you stick to your guns. You know, if you've got your integrity intact, then you've got nothing to apologize for, nothing to feel guilty about. Now, ear chakras did come up for someone earlier, and that is songs landing in your head. You know, you could be hearing messages in one way, shape, or form, but songs landing in your head, and you know, when you wake up in the morning and stuff like that. Also, going deaf and having that tone, like a bit of a ringing in your ear, is spirit trying to communicate. Now, Michael cuts cords, so we do need to release what's come before. We don't want to hold on to that, drag it into the future. But cutting cords, releasing, we don't want to hang on to stuff, and that is also, you know, hanging on to, you know, not letting go of situations that have happened, and we haven't been able to let go of those. So moving forward, a little bit different for you. Mick, just lacking a bit of direction. Let me just get some direction for Mick. These are the psychic cards. I just wanted to get to my 2 gents, Mick and Roberto. So just going to draw for Mick. Patricia, that's beautiful. Rhonda, looking for somewhere to live. Beautiful. Rhonda, I won't have time to do mediumship at the moment because I've been on for over an hour and I'm just finishing up, but certainly next week, same time, or you can connect one-on-one if you feel to do that as well. And there's a link in the post, and you can click book now and check my availability. All right, so Mick, lacking direction. Let me just draw a couple of cards for Mick and a couple of cards for Roberto. Roberto sees animals around people, and I just find that fascinating. And I've got the children's animal spirit cards, Roberto, so I might even use those. And if you do miss your reading, certainly feel free to watch it back as well. If you did hear your name called earlier and you missed it, once I finish this, you'll be able to go back and watch that. All right, so clouds is passed into now. That's something to do with heavenly signs, usually, Mick. So looking to the heaven and praying, you know, putting it out there. This is what I want. This is what I need. Asking for. So, and looking to the clouds for signs as well. Sometimes we do that when we've lost someone, you know, in spirit, stuff like that. Mirror is self-reflection. That's looking within. So a calling for you to look within and see what you can work on yourself. So that's looking internally, the mirror reference there. And looking ahead, if we do the work, is celebration. So praying, asking for, looking within, doing a bit of inner reflection, and then we've got reason to celebrate moving forward, Mick. So hopefully that gives you a bit of guidance. Now there is an angelic connection there too. So that can be family and spirit, you know, loved ones, but also the angels working with us. 2 is nurturing and compassion and those sorts of things for me when I look at 2. So hopefully that makes sense. We do need to do the work before we can reap the rewards. Roberto, guidance animals around people. Roberto, I'm going to use these spirit animal cards and just come to Roberto. Thank you everyone for watching on this Monday evening. I'm Michelle, our Price of Light worker. Hi Charlena, thank you. I really want to read for you, Charlena, but I just don't have time because I've been on for a little bit, but definitely click in next week because I just love your energy and I'd really love to read for you as early as possible if you can. So yeah, 6:15 standard time, 7:15 daylight time. I really want to read for you. You've got lovely energy. Roberto, just want to come to you. Guidance and animals around people. Roberto, what do we need to know around Roberto? Roberta, you've got a real gift, mate. Quite sensitive and quite open, which is really awesome. And I feel like people do need to hear these messages. You're coming from the right place. I feel like your intention is good. It's like I want to help and, you know, all that sort of stuff. I feel like your intention is really good. So I'm just going to draw from my animal cards and see what comes out here. These are the children cards, but you can use them to do inner child work and stuff like that as well. Now, Roberta, what I want to say is this gift comes from childhood. So there's always been that ability, that sensitivity in you. So sensing, you know, energy around, you know, energy in my room, stuff like that. Sometimes it can be a little scary though, but you've got very good intentions. Now, doing the right thing is passed into now, so good intentions, yeah? We know right from wrong, okay? So that's passed into now for confirmation of what I was talking about. In the present, you're perfect as you are. Nothing about you needs to be fixed or changed. That is, you have everything you need. We don't need anything additional to that. So being happy with what you've got, your lot in life, essentially, and that's the raccoon. We have the eagle there. Eagle symbolizes freedom. Eagle is a common totem animal that I have come up. An elephant is overcoming anything. So moving forward, it's like nothing is too big to handle. The universe doesn't give us more than we can put up with or handle, but it does indicate there's going to be hurdles moving forward. There always will be, because that's life. But it's like you've always got the tools, you know, to deal with it. Nothing's ever bigger than we can actually handle. The elephant, and doing your chores is usually playing a particular role. So that could be doing stuff around the house, enjoying that, making the most of it, making it a bit fun, but also doing our, you know, relevant work, you know, stuff like that as well. But we don't want it to feel like work. We don't want to feel like work. Now, this is connecting into third eye space as well. So that's intuition, you know, gut, and also making sure life purpose is in alignment with what we want to be doing, what we feel like our heart space is telling us. You have quite a gift, Roberto, quite a gift. So definitely pass it on because your intentions are in the right place. Now, I'm going to jump off because I feel like I need to yes, Therese. Kind-hearted and always help others. Sometimes I forget to look after myself. A lot of responsibility here in Auckland. Single mum and nana. Thank you. Blessings, my daughter and son's dad past 4 years. Wow, that's a lot. Oh my gosh, Therese. Yeah, I'm just reading. Yeah, I can feel that. Lots of weight on your little shoulders. All right, guys. So I will see you again next week. Same time, same place. If you do feel to connect one-on-one, there's a link in this post and you can do that. And I would love to see you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye.